I'm amazed how people can be so easily misled by an appeal to their special interest heartstrings. Even with no specific finger pointing at blacks, whites, Jews, Muslims, men or women, rich or poor, this appears to be the case for just about everyone. It's human nature. While you think about that, let me put forth another factor that does not divide blacks from whites or any other prejudice, but on the contrary, it pulls them together with mutual respect and for the pursuance of a common cause. No good American can ignore the fact that the reason they have enjoyed citizenship in the United States is because of its Constitution. A Constitution that was intended to provide equal protection under the law and is based on the principle that all men are created equal, as Thomas Jefferson first declared in the Declaration of Independence from the tyranny of the English Empire. This principle, as supported by the Constitution of the United States, has provided the premise for religious freedom and racial and equal rights in America for men and women alike, no matter the color of their skin or their religious preferences, etc. Prejudices are not supportive of individual freedom. Those with prejudices injure themselves more than the ones they are prejudiced against. Holding a grudge is like taking poison and hoping the other person dies. If you're a Christian, it becomes logical that the very purpose for the creation of the earth and the population thereof would be thwarted if freedom and the agency of man to choose for himself were destroyed or taken away by governing principalities and powers. If the agency of man is lost, there would be no more purpose for the earth or for the men and women in it. They would no longer have the capacity to correct themselves, improve, progress, or to establish self-control or responsibility. Man cannot grow without the freedom to succeed and the opportunity to fail. A man's lessons are learned and adjustments for improvements are made along the way as he chooses and acts for himself. Progressives will go down in history as being the great traders of freedom, having given away as much of the agency of the people of any color, gender, religious preference, or sexual orientation as they possibly could during their tenure as elected leaders of a free country. They have been duped, just as Judas Iscariot was duped, believing that the powers that be must be served ahead of the freedom of men. Self-destruction lies in anyone's ideas that other men would be better off if they had no responsibility for their own behavior, that it is better that government take full control of it for them. Thinking that all men would own nothing and be happy is a manipulative falsehood. Perhaps pride convinces narcissists to become powerful dictators. For example, a man may finish such tenure as president of any country only to find that promises made by those that direct their maneuvers will forget them quickly. Just as quickly as they forget promises to the people, they will be forgotten. What is most tragic is that such narcissists will be the first to be dumped by the selfish supporters they serve after serving their selfish cause. Some American presidents have sold their citizens to the bankers and corporate moguls that control the riches of the world against the poor. Power-seeking leaders will all betray one another in the end. Their hollow purpose cannot stand. There is no honor among liars or thieves. Such perceived masters will become the real slaves to their own agency-destroying devices. The whole plan for selfish dominion will implode and turn against them all. Men become free, not by dominion over others, but by charitable love and service to one another.
I'm Mike Pickett.
If your welfare is important to you and you want to be self-reliant, learn more on dimeboxer.com and keep watching my videos. Be bold. I want to help you. I want to work with you and your questions and comments. Meanwhile, keep learning. Stay free and as righteous as you know how to be. I promise you can rest well at night knowing that your wealth and your savings are in your own custody. Listen to the wind in the junipers and the tales of the shifting, whispering sands. Wild horses on the run into the setting sun and the smell of the leather in his hand.